What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wealth Not Weight, and less is more. That's what we're going to get into. That's the big topic for today. Less is more. We're going right into it, talking about a caloric deficit. Now, this is a very basic topic. This is something I touched about a lot, but something a lot of people still need to learn, and a lot of people still need to know and have an interest in this. A caloric deficit, as I started off with, less is more. You're eating less, deficit less, than what you need for your calorie intake just for your maintenance calories. Now, a lot of this can be confusing. A lot of people are like, oh, what do I do this? What do I do that? It's very simple. It's a very simple way to figure it out. You don't need a whole lot of money to go and invest in some crazy scale for $300. You don't need to take all these measurements and set up all this stuff. All you have to do is look online and find, what is my maintenance calories? Type that into Google. You'll find a calculator, you'll find a chart, you'll find some form of information that you could use to apply it. I know mine, I'll pop it up on the screen here. It's, I believe, mid-1900s, closer probably to 2000, taller person, a little more active, right around there. So a caloric deficit, your maintenance calories is basically just to survive, stay the same weight you are, stay everything. That's your maintenance calories. Caloric deficit is eating less than that. Now, usually you don't want to go below 1200 calories. That's a no-no. So let's just get you a scale right there. Between where you are and 1200 calories, there's kind of your wiggle room. Usually, you want to keep it around 200 to 500 calories at maximum, again, usually. Less than what your maintenance is. So say mine is 1952, I believe it is, for my main maintenance calories. I'm going to eat somewhere around 1800, 1750. That's usually where I want to stick around, and then slowly but surely, as long as I'm also not doing that all in donuts, I will lose weight. An important thing is also to make sure you're keeping up with your nutrients, your micronutrients and all that, your carbs and all that. But that's a more complex subject, not too complex. That could be gotten into a later date, or go back and watch some of my videos where I talk about that. The main priority today is your deficit, your caloric deficit. So if I need to eat 1952 just to survive and maintain and stay the same, and just it kind of exist, eating a little bit less, make sure I still have energy. I'm not eating drastic less, so I'm not, destroying myself. I'm not eating less than I need to live and function and move. But I'm eating less than I need to, so that way my body goes and starts using some of that fat, using some of the stuff that I built up that I don't need, that excess fat, and uses that as energy. I'm eating less than I need to maintain, therefore losing weight. Again, if you're eating reasonable and or healthy foods, not all in donuts. So that is the basics of a caloric deficit. I know it's a little bit of a shorter video, but a caloric deficit is just eating less than what you need. There's a great way to go online. Like I said, look it up, find caloric deficit, and then you can use a reputable app like I talk about all the time, MyFitnessPal, and set up what your goals are and everything, your height, your weight, your age, and it'll give you a calorie consumption for how much you need to eat to get to your desired weight. Usually that's going to be within 200 to 500 less than what you need. It could be around 100, maybe a little more than 100. It all depends. You want to do it safely. It depends on how quickly you want to go. You usually don't want to lose less than 2 pounds or more than 2 pounds a week. That's kind of problematic. And I recommend maybe losing more than like half a pound a week. It's a good goal, especially if you only want to lose like 10, maybe 20 pounds, and you're starting to get slow and go into it. But if you want to see some reasonable results, usually about a pound a week is a good way to get into it. Again, if you can maintain it healthily. The important thing is eating it healthily. The important thing and key word there is healthily. You want to make sure that you're doing something that's not going to hurt your body. Yes, I know you want to lose weight. Yes, I know you want to be healthy. But some people just won't eat. Don't do that. That's very stupid. Don't do that. Just not eating is a bad way to lose weight. If you want to eat less, you want to eat more reasonable foods, that's a good goal. You want to have a healthier lifestyle. That's the thing. It's not just, I just want to lose weight and no matter the cost. Because the cost will be, you're going to end up hurting your health. The very thing you're trying to help, you're going to end up hurting if you do not do this healthily. The important thing is that you still have energy. That you're still able to move around. That you're still able to do the things that you love. That now, hopefully, you're going to start exercising or moving or get more active a lifestyle. At least a little bit, starting off at a time. Maybe you walk more, maybe you do something like that. That you have the energy to do that. Now, part of it plays in nutrients, which again, is going to be a little of a separate topic. But making sure that you have the right amount of carbs, especially things like complex carbs, and getting in those nutrients, making sure you have the energy throughout the day is an important thing that you have to factor in, including to your caloric deficit. But the important thing now with a caloric deficit is you're not eating less than what you need to stay active, less than what you need to live, less than what you need to just continue moving on. You're eating less than you need to have your body's maintenance, but there shouldn't be a significant change as far as your energy, as far as, oh, I feel extraordinarily tired all the time, I feel faint, I have headaches now. You know, there should be nothing along those lines. The goal is to be healthier, not reduce your health. Of course, you may be a little bit hungrier, changing or adapting your diet, especially when you're eating less or different kinds of foods, especially healthier. You may be like, I'm a little hungrier now more than I was, especially when you're starting to get into it. As you go through your diet, you're not going to have that constant hunger or anything like that. As you kind of build it out, but for the first week, it could be a little tough. You know, that's something I noticed, especially me being a heavy boy that I was. It's important that you do it healthily and you're still maintaining that amount of energy that you need to survive. You're just eating a little less so that way your body uses the excess. You're giving it a deficit, like a budget deficit. It's a little less, so you got to go into your reserves. You have extra reserves. We're all ropes back into finances. You have extra reserves of your fat, which you got right here. Okay, you have extra reserves of that, and you want to reduce that by eating a little bit less than your maintenance, but not enough that you end up destroying your energy and your health in the process. That's the key, is to maintain this diet healthily. It's a new way of life, a new way of existing, kind of. You're going to adapt. It's not something you just do for a little bit and that's it. You know, you'll reach a certain deficit and then you'll have to stick to that level. If you guys like this video, if you learned something new, especially about caloric deficits, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave in the comments below. Are you guys on a diet? Do you use the caloric deficit? Obviously, you probably would. If so, what is your caloric deficit? How much less do you eat? What have you noticed with that? What is your changes? Tell us your experiences, and we'll talk about it in the comments below. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.